Yes, welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. We are brewing a minute rice lager. Yes, you heard me straight, a minute rice lager. So a lot of people have got some questions out there as soon as they see minute rice and they're like, you're brewing a lager with minute rice. Yeah, we're gonna go into all of that. But don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing. Come on, hit the sub, hit this. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been looking to brew a rice lager and I'm like, you know, I don't really like going to my local homebrew shop to buy just a little bit of grains. I like to go and buy a lot of stuff. And we all eat, so we're in the grocery store a couple times a week. And I'm like, you know what? I can use minute rice. It's pre-gelatinized, which means I'm not gonna have a big issue. It's gonna be fine. And why did I buy little boxes? I know people are looking and go, why didn't you just get a big box? Well, at my store or my grocery stores, they like to list your price per ounce. The small box was a lot cheaper than the big box per ounce. Yeah, they do that a lot. They think you're getting a deal, so you grab that big box when really you're getting, yeah, no thanks. I look at that type of stuff. So significantly cheaper for the smaller boxes. So I got 4 boxes. So what is the grain bill? Well, the grain bill is 6 pounds, 6 ounces of Pilsner malt, already crushed at 0.0375 for people with an Anvil or like systems. Then I have minute rice, and I have 3 pounds, 8 ounces, or 3.5 pounds of minute rice. I also have 3.2 ounces of acid malt and 6 ounces of carapils. The lagers don't always get a good head retention, so that's why I throw the carapils in there. The other thing is we have a Summit, 1 ounce Summit hop edition, which is at 17.5 alpha. It's gonna be added at the last 10 minutes. It's to balance it. It is gonna give a little more on the bitter and the balance. It's gonna be a little more over here, but that's okay. And then we're gonna be using White Labs Mexican lager yeast, which is 940, I believe. I have been considering Cellar Sciences Baja. I have that too. So it's like, and I may change at the last minute, but I'm probably going White Labs. I already have the yeast starters done. I'm all good to go. So also have the brewing salts. And normally I like to put the brewing salts and go for a drier beer when I'm doing, whether it's an IPA or a malty beer or something like that. But I'm going for a balanced beer this time. And I'm debating on adding lime zest towards the end. Reason being, I'm brewing for myself. Yes, I give away the majority of the beer, but I will like to brew beer that I like. And I like a good lager. I like a light lager. But I love a lime lager. So I'm thinking lime would be really, really beautiful. I think our estimated ABV at 75% efficiency. The reason I did that, I've never brewed with rice. Not sure how it's gonna come out. So we might blow it away. I wanna keep it under 6 if I can. So we're at 5.4 estimated for what we're looking to do today. And I'm good with that. I like that. That sounds good. Other thing, I have the steam condenser here. We're at 150 on our mash-in. On the steam condenser, I bought longer hose so I can run it directly to my drain and I don't have to manage the stupid kettle full of runoff. It'll just make my life a lot easier, a little simpler. Simpler is good. So I say, hey, let's go ahead, toss the brewing salts in, and I'll put that information up there as I'm tossing them in, and let's get brewing. Okay, here we go. Let's get the brewing salts in. Like I said, I'll put them up on the screen. And of course, it's already a little moist and sticking. It's probably a lot of rice hulls, but I've never brewed with rice, so I want to be safe, not sorry. And here we go. Okay, it's been 75 minutes. I'm gonna kick it up to 168. Kick it to 100%, get it there quick, and then we'll be there for 10 minutes before we start mashing out, and I'll heat up a gallon of sparge water. Okay, we're at 168. We've been there for more than 10 minutes, actually. I'm getting ready to lift the grain basket. I know, it's the ladder. I didn't swap tables, being lazy. Okay, I'm gonna let this drip for a few minutes, and I'm gonna go grab the sparge water. I'm gonna sparge, and then we'll kick it up to a boil. We're starting to break. Give it a little stir here so if I can get it to break. If not, I have my 5-star defoamer. We're gonna do a 60-minute boil too. I forgot to mention that. Means I need to find my hops. I don't know if I'm gonna need the defoamer. It's looking pretty good. I'll lower the power to about 75% and put the steam condenser on top. I've already run the tubing. And what we learned previously, Make sure you have the cool water running before you put it on top. Okay, I'll set that aside. Double check it real quick. It's looking beautiful. Okay, let's come around here. I'm gonna bring the power down first. Let's say 75, we're good. Take this off temporarily. Here we go. And here we go. Okay, we got water flowing. I had all kinds of lovely issues. Here we go. It's looking pretty good. I don't want any tension on this. So we'll bring this hose on up. Put it under there. There we go. Okay. Okay, we look good. I must have had the table way over by the sink before because this little 6.5, 6.35, whatever it is, duo-type tubing that I have everything except for that measurement won't reach. And I was gonna just add a longer strip, but it's too skinny. I have to buy some more. So I ran a garden hose from my water spigot over, connected it, set it up here so there's no strain on the duo-type. It's wide open. I have it going here. The steam is going. I have the extended tubing. That extended tubing is going down the drain. Yeah, it's looking good. I want to check it, see how we're doing, because the boil had reduced greatly. Whoo, it's getting warm. So yeah, I need to go find my gloves. Oh yeah, we're looking good. I've been doing a lot of grilling, smoking food, so I don't know where I put my gloves. I gotta find them. I need those. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. I'm gonna get this off. I'm gonna drop the Summit hops, which are 17.5% alpha. Smells nice and lovely. Oop. Some steam escaping. It's a little concerning, although I did drop it down to 70%. So, okay. I got my glove. I know better. We're just gonna take the steam condenser off since I've got a lot of other things to do. Okay, let's do this. Let's run the pump for a second. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. Take this off. Take this off. Move it over here to the sink. Okay, let's go ahead and drop our 10-minute addition in here. It looks like I got close to a boil over. I don't see anything, but it definitely a lot of stuff sitting up on the sides. And I'm gonna kick this up back up to 100% since we've taken the steam condenser off. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. I'm gonna drop this in the last 5 minutes. It's 19 ounces of lime zest. Normally I take it, put in a little bit of boiling water and drop it in the fermenter, but I'm gonna drop it in here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, drop a whole Whirlfloc tablet in there. I'm not gonna worry about crushing it. It'll be fine. Drop in full teaspoon of Fermax yeast nutrient. Do a heaping. That's half, and that's the other half. There we go. Go ahead and, like I said, I'm gonna add some lime zest. Fresh limes, always the best. Don't waste your time with that old dry stuff. Buy some fresh lime. I've got a bunch of limes now. I got 5 limes. I'm gonna have to turn into a limeade, and I'll enjoy drinking it. There we go. Let's get one of the Jaded and rinse it off real quick, even though it should be fine. Okay, we have a minute to go. Yes, a minute. I'm gonna go ahead, drop the Jaded in here. That'll probably kill our temp a little bit, but it's okay. And I'm gonna get it hooked up. Okay, temp's gonna drop fast. I'm gonna go ahead and get the hops out. So I need a hook down, just let this hang and drip. Okay, we're gonna get this chilled down and we'll resume. Okay, the video's not done, but I wanted to throw this out for anyone who's still watching. Yes, we know people watch videos and jump off early. So yeah, 2 free White Labs yeast from your local home brew shop. Not sure how you can do it online. Yes, it's sadly in the US. I don't think it works outside the US, but these are vouchers to get free White Labs yeast. All you're gonna need to do is down below, put the word lager. If you can't brew a lager, say, hey, I can't brew a lager, I wish I could. I know I couldn't brew it for years because of temperature control, but yeah, the word lager is the key word. A week from now, I will pull names, 2 people. You'll have 48 hours. If you don't respond within 48 hours, I'll pull some more names until we give away 2 vouchers for White Labs yeast. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so I want to go over something because otherwise it seems like the brew house efficiency was really high, and I don't really know if it was, and I'll explain. I know that sounds a little weird. Also, I'll show you a quick shot on this hooked up to the glycol system. It's going to look really nice. I've got it all set up. This is going to be fermented at about 52, 53 degrees. Actually, I'm looking more closer to the 53 because 50 to 55 Fahrenheit is what they recommend. So I like to go somewhere in the middle or even a little on the higher side if it's a wide range. So I'm going right in the middle. We'll try for 53 Fahrenheit. Okay, here's the problem with the brew house efficiency. And for new people, don't get hung up about your brew house efficiencies. Get your process down. It will come, you can do some tweaks, and next thing you know, great. The only reason I care and a lot of brewers care is because we want to maximize the efficiency we're getting out of the grains we're paying for so that we're not wasting grains. Yeah, there's a lot of different parts that you have to take into account. First of all, I'm going to tell you what it estimates. My efficiency, brewhouse efficiency, was 88.4%. Estimated mash efficiency was 93.8. I brewed for 5.15 gallons. I pulled 5.36 gallons. Yeah, I screwed up. I used the water recommended for no steam condenser. Yeah, so I ended up with more than I expected. I even let it go a little over before I added the hops, but it is what it is. Here's the reason I'm telling you that 88.4 efficiency brewhouse and mash efficiency at 93.8 may be wrong, okay? Is that I don't have minute rice as a selection in Beersmith. It's just not a selection. So I don't know what the carbohydrate sugar extraction will be. So instead I picked Brewer's brown rice flakes. It was the only thing I could find that was equivalent. So Brewer's brown rice flakes may have a much lower, I forget what that word is, power. Basically it may give out less sugars. Minute rice may give off a lot more sugars. Knowing that minute rice is selling to the consumer, they want it to kind of, how do you say, be good for carb addicts. So there is a good chance that minute rice is giving me a lot more residual sugars than I would get from brown rice flakes. So that's why my efficiencies may not be quite as high as it's saying it is, because if I put the proper item in there and I knew exactly what my extraction would be, then I might be a little closer. I do think I was probably in the 80s, but 88.4 is extremely high. And like I said, you know, you got to account for the volume. So I adjust for the volume. You got to account for anything else you may have added, but it's very high. But like I said, I didn't put minute rice in my recipe, so that might be part of the problem. Also, sadly, that's going to kick us up over the 6% if it ferments out to 1.013. Usually I'm getting 1.011, 12 around this, or even 1.010. So I'm sitting at 6.1 estimated. I'm probably going to end up somewhere around 6.2 to 6.4. But hey, as long as it's drinkable, I'm all good with that. So I'm going to go ahead, pitch the yeast, and then you're going to give me a little bit. And I'll show you what we're doing and how we have it set up. It'll look really nice. It is a temporary location for the glycol setup until I sell my fermenter, my big giant one, so that I can move the glycol system over there. I have another surprise coming. It's a much smaller fermenter that I got. So yeah, so we'll go ahead, we'll pull this off. I am gonna try to also ferment it under pressure, not major, maybe 5, possibly 10 PSI. And of course I'll put the floating dip tube in and the tilt hydrometer. That goes without saying. So here we go. I did that because I had to walk out of the room and I didn't want anything to kind of float in there or fly in there. So, okay, I don't want to use all of this. This is more than enough times 2. I don't know what it is about 940. It smells nice, but it's got a little bit of a Hefeweizen smell. Almost like a banana. I know that doesn't sound good, but hey, did a great job on that last beer we did, so. I don't need half. I need a little less than half so I can do another starter and build that back up. Okay. That didn't sound good. That was the magnet. Not a big deal. Put that down there. Put those back there. Give me a few minutes. Let me get this set up. I'll show you what we got going on. As promised, we have the FermZilla chilling down with the glycol system. The glycol system was at 23 Fahrenheit before it started. So it's warmed up. Well, this is cooling down. So we're right now at 67.4, dropping to 53. It'll probably change as we're talking. We have the spunning valve. We have the blue side, which is the cold going in. We have the red, which is slightly warmer going out. And as I said, it's already dropped 0.2 degrees. The glycol system's going. It has room for 5 more plugs. And like I said, I could probably do even more as long as I'm not cold crashing. Once we get down to temperature, it'll be fine. It won't put any burden on the system. But if I was trying to cold crash more than 6, it might be a little rough. It might take a little while. But yeah, and I have the spunning valve set to 10 PSI or just a hair below that, and we'll have to wait for it to get there. Like I said, I put a pad on the bottom, kind of tucked that in the best I could, and we're off to fermentation. As you saw, the glycol system, it's been so quiet, but now that it's actually cold crashing something, it actually sounds like an air conditioner. I can actually hear some noise. I was like, this thing's not making any noise at all. It's finally making some noise. And I know that'll quiet down once it's gotten to temperature, but it's all good. Now for my favorite part, cleaning. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic, but yeah, I need to go do that. Don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing, and don't forget to check out the taste test. It smells amazing in here with the like malty lime. Oh, yeah, looking forward to this one. Cheers.